at this gorgeous lawn, right? And then I get home from work and I find this friggin' bunnies. And I've got 2 dogs in my yard. What the heck are they thinking? Digging somebody else's yard, you idiots. Today on HandyDadTV, the start of cycle 2 of my lawn care program. And today is, let's see, it's May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
The fear of loss is a path to the dark side.
We are going to do an update on my lawn progress. I'm going to show you my results of cycle 1. As you know, I'm doing a whole lot of fertilizer testing across my whole yard, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And we're going to talk about why I have no weeds and some of the most important tips I've learned from the lawn care nut. Coming up. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? My clematis is growing to the top. It's not there yet, but it'll be there. Did you ever see this? This project I did is a DIY trellis that you can do in a weekend. It's a pretty awesome, easy project to do. And I'll put a link to that up there. Welcome to HandyDadTV. I'm Chris Hyder, your virtual dad in the cloud. And today, cycle 2 of my lawn care program. This is what I'd call late spring, which is the very early part of May. And things are in full swing around here in New Jersey. And I have this lawn care calendar that has been my Bible for the year so far. And it was for last year too. So this is my lawn care calendar for 2019. And you can see I have 6 cycles, and I'm doing a fertilizer app in 5 of them. I started 5 weeks ago, and right now I am right to start my 2nd cycle. Now, each cycle starts with a fertilizer application. Other than the hot summer, I avoid one then. And then I'm doing next products and pre-emergence and fungicide and whatever. I created this calendar concept in 2018, and I will link to that video right up there if you want to check it out. You can also get a download of this. Just look in the video description. But anyway, I'm in cycle 2. I'm going to put down another 3/4 pound of nitrogen. I am doing a test across my whole lawn, and so that's what I'm going to give you an update on. It's looking pretty good, right? Not bad. Would you believe I didn't do any post-emergent weed killer yet? Why? I didn't have any. This time last year, my lawn was riddled with weeds. Let me show you a clip of that video. All right, here's that same angle from my steps, see? No weeds across the lawn. Wow, big change from last year. Why do you suppose that is? Well, I'll tell you, and it's 2 things that the lawn care nut preaches that I learned from him. And they both have to do with mowing. Number 1, mow tall. And number 2, mow often. Those are the 2, I believe, why I don't have any weeds in my lawn this year. I just think that growing such a good lawn, thick lawn, is just the key to keeping the weeds out. And that's what he says, and son of a gun, it's true. I haven't put any weed killer on this lawn yet. I don't have any dandelions. I don't have any spurge. Last year, riddled with it. This year, no problem. I mean, sure, I've got some crap over here in the stones, but I'll get rid of that. But I'm talking about the lawn itself. Nothing. That is just... I mean, it's not perfect, but it's really looking good. Like I said, it's not perfect, and I'm going to tell you why it's not perfect. There are 2 problems that I have. The first is this lime green stuff. That is called Poa trivialis, and it is a perennial bluegrass. It's also called rough stalk bluegrass. And one way you can tell, not only from the color, but you can tell by, now this is hard to do with one hand. Let me put this down. All right, these are the two grasses that you'll see in my yard. But this one is the real grass. This is the turf type tall fescue. And the way you can tell this is that there's kind of this textured surface on it where it just has a whole bunch of veins going up, and it doesn't have a single center vein. The center vein is indicative of bluegrass. And so Poa trivialis, which is known as roughstalk bluegrass, you'll see here on this leaf, it has that center vein. The other way you can tell that it's Poa trivialis is if you peel back this thing. You see that little point right there? That little point is an indicator. That only happens on Poa trivialis. Pretty cool, right? The other thing is these leaves are certainly limier in color than my turf type tall fescue, and they also are shinier. So for those two reasons, that's why they stand out in the yard. And there's really nothing that kills Poa trivialis other than glyphosate. So, and if you do that, you're kind of killing the whole lawn. So I kind of just put up with it.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
And there's one more type of bluegrass that you'll see. This is annual bluegrass, also known as Poa annua. So that's just another thing that is lime green in color. It comes back every year. Even though I put down a pre-emergent in the fall last year, I still got annual bluegrass back. See these pretty mountain pinks right here? And then right in front, that's Poa annua. And you can see it all along here. But what are you going to do? There's not much I can do. Actually, what you're supposed to do to control Poa annua is you're supposed to put down a pre-emergent in the fall before the temperature drops below 70 degrees, because that's when it germinates, believe it or not. And then it goes over the winter and still lives, and then comes up in spring and you see all the seed heads. What are you going to do? You know, you can't stress out over these kinds of things. Just enjoy the lawn.
If you need shade on your deck or patio this summer, check out Toja Grid Pergola Kits. You source the lumber locally and can assemble this modular system in as little as 30 minutes. Check the video description for links to videos and more information about Toja Grid.
So for my Cycle 1 video, you'll recall that I put different fertilizers all over my yard, and I sectioned it off. Now today, let's take a look and see if there's any difference. Well, this right here is one of my markers. And there's a matching one over on the fence over there. Now, what that means is the left side of my finger is Milo and the right side is Ringer. Which one looks better to you? I'll stand up. Now you got to ignore the lime green of the Poa. Now the other section over here, and there's my other marker for this other section. This one is Ringer. To the left of my finger is Ringer. To the right is the Scott's Turf Builder. Which one looks better to you? Hard to tell. How about from this angle? This side is Scott's, that side is Ringer. And here, Milo, Ringer. Ringer, Milo. I'm giving you this view because you may recall over here is where I'm trying Next Products that crosses all three of these fertilizers. Do you see any difference? Now from here, I believe you can see a difference. This is not treated with Next. The slope over here is treated with Next. You can definitely see it's got some better color. Especially in that back corner where I heavy-handed it for that first application. You didn't see that video, I'll put a link to it up there. But yeah, I started really in this corner and I was moving way too slow. And I knew it was going to be heavy-handed. And I told you then that the first round is going to go to Scott's because it's going to look like Scott's got that green. But it really was the Aerate and RGS that did it. So that lawn looks really nice right now. All right, if I stand up here on the steps, you can get a better perspective. And you can see it's just a little darker on that slope up there where the next products are. But as far as the 3 fertilizers here, I mean, the Milo one looks pretty dark compared to the Ringer. But the Scott's one looks good too. So I don't know. What do you think?
But how am I to know the good side from the bad?
You will know.
Alright, the other test is actually in the front yard. And this one's going to be harder to tell. And it's in some ways a little unfair, because going from this tree to the corner of the house, the right side is Milo and the left side is OceanGro. The reason why I say it's a little unfair is because the left side does not get as much sun as the right side. But regardless, I don't see any difference. Now, OceanGro is New Jersey's version of Milorganite. It's just produced with local New Jersey poop. Now, this might be a little bit more of a better comparison. This side is Milo, that side is OceanGro. Do you see any difference? Me neither. But that's okay, it's still early. It's only been one application. But the lawn, she's looking mighty fine. Although it does need a cut. But that's okay. I got a brand new mower to enjoy my mow with. Check out that video up there. My brand new Cub Cadet zero-turn Ultima.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.